Hi everybody, Dirk Flittelhofer, Last Days Garage. Not too long ago I was at a flea market and I picked up this little gem for the princely sum of $2. And I know what you're thinking, why do we care about a crappy old drill? And you'd be right to think it. It's not the drill that I was interested in. In fact, when I bought it, it didn't even have a battery charger, so I didn't even know if it worked. Turns out, it does. And that's good news, not because of the drill, but because of the battery. That's why I bought this. See, if you're anything like me, and I sincerely hope you're not, I spend a lot of time in junkyards looking for old car parts. I'm always working on a project. The problem is if I need anything electrical, like a hard-to-find window regulator or an instrument panel, and I want to make sure all the lights work, I never know if it works. And a lot of junkyards will give you a money-back guarantee, but you have to get the part, take it all the way home, put it in the car, see if it works. If it doesn't, you go all the way back, get your $3 back, and you may not find a part that works. So to eliminate that hassle, I've got a 12-volt battery. And coincidentally enough, science fans, your car runs on 12 volts. So with a little bit of surgery, we can take this battery apart, take it to the junkyard, and test all of our electrical components. And let me show you how to do that now. Your first step is to take the battery and pry it apart, and this is where buying junk pays off, because with just a small screwdriver you can get around the edges and it comes apart pretty easy. Step 2, find your positive and negative leads inside the battery pack. Sometimes it's easy, like this battery, red for positive, black for negative. If it isn't so easy, put a digital multimeter on it. If it's reading negative volts, then you have the leads switched, and if you get positive volts, you're good to go. Step 3, this is where you're going to charge your battery to find out if it's any good. If you don't have the battery charger that came with the drill or whatever it is, you can use a battery tender for your car battery or a battery charger for your car battery. Just use the lowest setting, the 2 amp setting or whatever your lowest setting is, because you don't want to overheat the battery or start any of those little pesky fires like we so oftentimes get at Last Days Garage. And just kidding there, insurance company, we don't really get a lot of fires. At least not so you'd notice. Step 4, now you're going to drill a hole on each side of the empty battery casing that lines up with the positive and negative terminals inside the battery, as you see me demonstrating here through the ancient art of pantomime. Step next, now get a piece of wire and attach an alligator clip to one end, or you can buy already made test leads and they have alligator clip at each end. Cut one alligator clip off and strip that side of the wire. Feed the bare end of the wire through the hole in the casing first. If you don't, you're going to regret it. And once your leads are soldered on, we're at step 6. Put the battery back together and then find something to test it. I used an electric window motor because the great thing about electric motors is if you get the leads backwards, positive and negative, negative and positive, it'll still run, it'll just run backwards, so you really won't hurt it. What I'm using here are called T-pins, and you can get them at any fabric store, and they're great because you can hook your alligator clip to one end and use it to probe the other end of a connector to really get in there to make contact. Great thing to have in your electric toolkit. And as we can see here, it works. Another top tip, find a way to isolate the 2 leads. You don't really want the leads touching while it's in your tool bag on the way to the junkyard. Now you got your junkyard juice, go out and test some automotive electrics.